won't quit, and you won't stop me!
What's it?
I'm gonna be king of the pirates!
I'll take that shadow now.
You can get it. Marvelous.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the channel, y'all. And look. In today's video, we're gonna be featuring probably some of the most shystiest, I'm telling you, the shystiest BY Luffy list on the internet. Fact, not an opinion. If you guys don't know, you guys see it on the screen. The deck that won the US Nationals this past weekend was Black and Yellow Luffy, Kaluffy, Wiz Kaluffy, Black and Yellow Luffy, whatever you guys want to call it. It was in a fake format, but nonetheless, I still feel like an 8.0. This deck is still a menace until 8.5, and then once 8.5 comes out, I think this deck pretty much gets packed up. But until then, let's go ahead and tell you guys probably some of the most shystiest lists that I've came up with, and also my chat. If you guys did not see my actual live stream of the Nationals Day 2, go ahead and check it out. Card at the top. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these deck lists, gang. Let's get it. So welcome back, y'all. But look, before we start, I need to tell you guys this. We have 3 lists we need to go over, but the first list we are going to go over is the one we came up with my chat. Okay, if you guys did not see the live stream, like I said, card at the top, check that out. But nonetheless, this is the build me and chat came up with. I feel like, and we feel like, okay, all the delinquents feel like this is probably going to be the proper list moving forward until 8.5. The main reason being is because since Black and Yellow Luffy just won the US Nationals and did pretty good at the UK Nats, we pretty much have a target on our head. And with that being said, we have to counter the #1 deck that pretty much packs up this deck, and that is Bonnie. If you guys are wondering why Bonnie really does shit on this deck, it's really just because of one card. Let me show you guys here real quick. This one card literally just fucks Luffy's bitch, and that's a fact, not an opinion. This one card is this Zoro right here. This Zoro alone is a 9K beat stick that can attack 2 to 3 times per turn. So the fact that we can get our leader at 9K, it doesn't really mean anything for the Zoro. So in order to beat the green decks that you're probably going to see a whole bunch of because of this deck's dominance, we created this build to still pack up the competition, and that's a fact, not an opinion. So with all that said, now let's go over this shice ass Monkey D Luffy V3, the one that counters our main hardest matchup besides Bonnie. Per the rules, your face-up life cards will be sent to the bottom of your deck instead of your hand. Okay, let's keep on going. Dawn ×2 activate main once per turn. You may discard 1 card from your hand. If your life is at 0, you may add up to 2 cost 5 characters from your hand or trash to the life face up. So before we start, I also need to tell you this. This is the hardest deck in the game to play. There is no other deck harder than this. This is really a big skill ceiling deck, and usually if you misplay with this deck probably once or twice, you're going to lose the game. So if you guys are brand new, I suggest picking up another deck until you guys actually learn the mechanics. And when you guys do end up learning the mechanics and the base foundation of how to even play One Piece, you can pick up this whole entire deck. But let's go ahead and speak on Monkey D Luffy. So the gist of this deck is pretty much to get these little babies out, bounce them back into their bigger bodies. So a lot of the times you're in boards when you get to late dawn, it's going to end off with a Gecko, Sabo on field, especially these two. These two are like your heart and soul of the deck. Sabo grants protection. Gecko brings back the babies, and you also want to be abusing this Monkey D. Luffy, because if you guys do end up having 1 or 0 life, you can use this ability, get a plus 8k attack, which is a huge beat stick, and you can just do that every single turn. The main difference that we really been seeing in this black and yellow Luffy deck is the Kuzans. The main reason why we do have the Kuzans, because this is more of a control style build. Okay, we have 2 other builds that I have. It's more aggressive, but like I said, this is particularly teched for Bonnie. So to start off this Bonnie list, we got 4 Kuzan. The main reason why we got 4 Kuzan, because you guys always want to go second, and on your second turn you guys always want to drop this, just so you can get a draw and some board removal if they do not remove this next turn. Very, very good card. It's the reason why it's still $10 for the regular art, $10-15 for regular art, and this card really can't be replaced. We were up in the air with the ratios, but we ended up settling on this 4 Kuzan. I feel like it just matches this deck perfectly for what we're trying to accomplish, to really just bring down everything to 5 or lower, so we can pop it with our Rocket Luffy right here. The next card we got right here is a particular tech, but since this is tech towards Bonnie, Kuzan does exactly what we needed to do. You guys see it on the screen. Reduces all the characters cost to 5, so even if they do drop a 10 cost, you know, Dofi onto the field, you can still bring this out next turn, bring out the Rocket Luffy and pop it, or just use the finger gun as well. So like I said, this is a very heavy removal, board removal type of deck, on top of life manipulation as well, with the yellow cards in the leader effect. The gist of this deck, like I said, you guys want to end up getting at 9Ks. Okay, late game 9K leader swings is really much unbeat. It's the reason why it won Nats. Okay, next card we have right here is Sabo, is the best blocker in the game. I feel like it's probably the second best blocker behind Basil Hawkins, but being able to summon this, get 2 draws, shuffle out your hand, and then provide immunity to KO effects across the board until it's your next turn is actually crazy. I really don't need to speak too much more about it, to be honest with you guys. Sabo, very, very broken and cracked card. It can't be replaced, and the art looks hella shiesty. Next card we have right here is Gecko Moria. This is the soul charge of the deck. This is a Judge, you know, 1.0. Judge is literally 2.0, way better than Gecko, but you know what Gecko does for this deck is actually crazy. A lot of times you can go Gecko, bring back the 2 babies, and then if you're at 0 life of your Monkey D. Luffy, you use your Monkey D. Luffy effect, bring 2 back in life. So you'll probably put like this and a Sabo back, bounce 2 back, so now you may have 0 life, but you have a Gecko, 2 bodies on board, plus you might have a Kuzan sitting at a 9K leader. Okay, so this is really, really hard to get over. Gecko is just very, very combo centric card, and it really does what it does in this deck. Flampy, one of the best cards in the deck, allowing you to thin out your deck if your opponent is starving you, and also being able to have some draw advantage. The only reason why this card wouldn't be good is against blue. When you are playing against blue, you can't really use this card, because if you start getting too many cards in hand, they're just going to be putting you. But besides playing blue, this is probably one of the most broken cards in this particular deck, just for the simple fact that it thins out life and give you hand advantage. Very, very good. Have to play it. Next card is Hiyori. Definitely a staple in the deck as well, being able to have some life manipulations. If you guys did watch some of my Nail videos, I'm a big fan of Hiyori, just being able to switch out your life cards by any means necessary. So, you know, and it's a 2K on top of that, just like Flampy. I am running 10K 2Ks. I usually like running like around 11 or 12, but 10 in this particular build is perfectly fine. But Hiyori, I've already talked about in my Nail video, very, very solid, can't be replaced. Next we have is 4 Monkey D. Luffy, Rocket Luffy. This is the main board removal of the whole entire deck. Gist of this deck is that you want to play Ice Age, Kuzan, or this Kuzan right here, get it down to 5 or less, 5 or 4 less, depending on, you know, where they're at. But you really just want to get them low in general, just so you can have some board removal, either with this Monkey D. Luffy and also this finger gun. And the thing about this Monkey D. Luffy too is that after you summon it, if you wait a turn and then attack, you can then pop a card and then draw a card as well, and then add a trigger. It pops anything with a 4 cost is less. So this card is very, very shiesty, can't be replaced, should always be ran at 4. Little Sabo is for the big Sabo. That's really about it. All these babies pretty much are just for the bigger versions. Makino is pretty much a Hiyori but on crack because it allows you to rearrange your life. I'm honestly a big fan of Makino. I would run 3, but this, you know, for this particular list we are running 2 because it just fits the build. The next card we have is the Searcher of the deck. This searches out any of your Monkey D cards, Sabo cards, or Ace. We aren't playing Ace, but it's really just Sabo and Monkey D Luffy. Very, very shice card. Have to run 4. Baby, like I said, we already talked on this Monkey D Luffy. You know, get rid of one of your life, get a draw, get plus 2,000 attack. And if you do have 0 attack, is what, not 0 attack, 0 life cards in your life pile, you can still trigger this effect to get 8,000 before you start popping off with Gecko and also with Luffy as well. So very, very good card. Very big fan of it. Next card we have right here is Finger Gun. This is also another tech card people have been running in this deck for board removal. This really just gets rid of all the 10 drops and possible, you know, 9 drops if you guys do not see the Ice Age or the Kuzan and you just have Kuzan on the field right here. So this card is very, very shicey. I'm a big fan of it and I don't think it should be replaced at all, and I think it's perfectly fit at 2. Some people are saying maybe cut this Kuzan and put it at 3, but the last thing I want to do is start bricking, so I think the 2-2 split with Ice Age and Finger Gun is good. And Ice Age just drops your opponent's characters down by 5 cost, one of the most broken cards because it has such a low Dawn cost as well. And we are opting to run 2 Searchers here. The 2 Searchers here, I feel like this is all you really need to use. I know some people were running 4, but the thing about running too many searches is that if you search too much in this deck, after you have all your combo pieces, if you keep on searching, you're going to end up cycling your 10 drop Kuzans, your Geckos, your 2Ks, and the 4 drop Kuzans. So, you know, running 4, I feel like it's overkill, because we're already running 6. I feel like the deck only really needs 6 at the moment, gang, and that's a fact, not an opinion. But yeah, y'all, this is really built for Bonnie to get rid of Zoro with the built-in, you know, 10 cost Kuzan, the Ice Ages, the Finger Gun, and the 4 Kuzan right here. This is really a control board removal type of deck. I'm not sure if the champion won with this particular build. I think he was using Ace. I wasn't too sure. We have to see when his list comes out. But moving into OP08, OP08.5, I feel like this is the best control list that's probably out there. This is really a cookie cutter list. So let's go ahead and go over, you know, both of my 2 lists. There's really not that much of a difference. Only difference is that I went down on the Kuzans. I'm not playing big Kuzans, and as you can see, I'm a big fan of this Ace. So you guys are gonna see this in my next how to beat video with Enel. That's gonna be my last Enel video on the channel, and it actually features this Ace crazily as well. This card is really, really crack. I like playing aggressive. The pop and fill control shit's cool, but in my opinion, I'm playing how my play style is. All preference, and my preference is I'll take the fucking L to Mani. I ain't losing the fucking Nami. I'm not losing Nami. Okay, I refuse. I'll take the L to Bonnie. I ain't taking the L to Nami, and that's why this deck is built the way it is, so we have a chance against Nami. So we have the 2 aces right here. We got the 2 aces. We're still playing the Finger Gun. We are running 3 Makino because, like I said, in my personal opinion, seeing your life and rearranging it is unmatched. It's a cracked version of Hiyori, and also it gives us an extra 2K as well, so it gives us 11 2Ks. I really don't like playing 10. 11's cool with me. 11 and 12 is good for me. And the only other card that's changed in this list compared to the cookie cutter Bonnie type list that we just saw is Ivankov. I am playing 1, just a special tech, because when I get this on the field, if I can get this out on the field and leave it on the field, this card becomes really, really cracked because I get to stack the blockers with Sabo. Like, there's one game I ended off with 3 Sabo and an Ivankov, bro. So, and it rearranges your life as well with Fiori. Very, very shice card. So this is my personal list. This is my, you know, my rush down type of list. The other list that we have right here is the V2 version. So this is a mix of Ice Age and board removal, but still playing aggressively. Okay, we are running the 3 Kuzan here. We are still playing the aces. We are playing the 2 Makio. We aren't playing the Ivankov, and we opted out for 3 Ice Ages instead of Finger Gun. Okay, this is just another build that I've seen at some topping lists in the UK. They didn't even run Finger Gun. They just used Ice Age. So maybe this type of build works for you. But just to keep it a stack of you, I feel like, you know, probably if you guys want to go aggressive and still have board removal, this will probably be the better one. And if you're just going to go straight, you know, counter Bonnie, have board control, have all types of board control, this is your list you need to go with. Okay, so these are the deck lists for Black and Yellow Luffy. If you guys are gonna ask me what my opinion is on this deck is good until 8.5, because once 8.5 comes out, a lot of things get buffed up. The main problem being is Blue Doflamingo. When Blue Doflamingo gets his cards, that's going to be the best deck. It's already the second best deck in OP09 right now. So by the time we get it, that will probably be the best deck. And if that's the case, we kind of auto lose to Pudding, Red Rock, and also Gravity Blade as well. So this is the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I only got one more game with my Enel deck, and then after that, everything when I have to do on the channel when it comes to battling will just be BY Luffy, and that's a fact, not an opinion. Look, y'all, that's all I got. I hope you guys like the deck list. But look, before I go, if you was feeling the vibes, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It gone.